All right, today we are going on a journey way, way back in time, over 4,000 years to be exact, to ancient Egypt. We're going to crack open what's often called the world's oldest surviving book. And you know what? We're going to see what it can teach us about living a good life, right here, right now. I mean, just think about our world for a second. It's loud, right? It's filled with noise, hot takes, and a whole lot of division. And trying to find a clear path, some real wisdom on how to live well, it can feel almost impossible. It's a very modern problem. But what if the answer we're looking for isn't in some new app or the latest self-help book? What if it's been waiting for us all this time, preserved for millennia on ancient papyrus? Pretty wild idea, huh? Okay, let's dive in. So let's meet the author of this ancient wisdom. His name was Ptahhotep, and this guy, he was one of the earliest known philosophers in all of human history, and you're about to see just how relevant his insights still are. So who was he really? Well, Ptahhotep wasn't just some thinker sitting in an ivory tower. No way. This guy was a man of action. As vizier, he was basically the prime minister of Egypt. He was in charge of the justice system, the entire government. He was right at the center of power. And to put this in perspective, the timescale here is just mind-blowing. Ptahhotep lived around 2400 BCE. We're talking about the golden age of pyramid building. And his words were so important that people kept copying them down for centuries. In fact, we have them today thanks to a famous document called the Prisse Papyrus. And this is his legacy. He took everything he'd learned about life and compiled it into a collection called the Maxims of Ptahhotep. But this wasn't just a list of rules. Think of it more like a practical guide, a handbook for younger leaders on ethics, leadership, and, just how to live a successful and harmonious life. So, what did he actually say? What's in this ancient guide? Well, we're going to break down 4 of his most powerful lessons that have seriously echoed through the ages. First up is a big one, especially today. It's a lesson that totally cuts against the grain of our modern culture of look at me, and that's the wisdom of humility. Just listen to that for a second. Do not be proud because of your knowledge. He's warning us against that arrogance that can creep in when we think we know it all. He's saying, hey, real wisdom means you're open to learning from everyone. Doesn't matter who they are. And that's the key takeaway for us, right? He saw wisdom not as some trophy you earn, but as a journey that never ends. It means we gotta stay curious, stay open-minded, and remember that a brilliant idea can come from literally anywhere, from the most unexpected person. All right, lesson 2 builds on that first one perfectly, the power of listening. And for Ptahhotep, listening wasn't just about being polite, it was a fundamental pillar of good leadership. I mean, that's just straight up gold for anyone in a position of power today. He's saying that real leadership takes patience. It takes compassion. It's about giving someone the space to feel completely heard before you jump in with a fix. It's a 4,000-year-old masterclass in empathy. Next, Ptahhotep looks inward. He focuses on the virtue of self-control. See, he understood that real power isn't about controlling other people, it's about mastering yourself. And he lays out these 2 paths, crystal clear. You've got the fool, who's ruled by their emotions, quick to anger, and ultimately kind of powerless. But then there's the wise person. They practice inner mastery, they control their temper, and in doing that, they hold the real strength. For Ptahhotep, a calm mind was the ultimate superpower. Okay, our final lesson is maybe the most important one for building a good society, justice as a foundation. As the prime minister, Ptahhotep knew that fairness wasn't just some nice idea. It was the absolute bedrock of a stable, thriving kingdom. This is such a powerful line. He's arguing that leadership based on fear and intimidation isn't just wrong, it's also doomed to fail. True justice is about serving the people, not dominating them. It's the glue that holds a whole society together. So after all these centuries, why are we still talking about the advice of an ancient Egyptian vizier? Simple. Because this stuff is absolutely 100% timeless. Think about it. Over 4,000 years later, in a world Ptahhotep could never have possibly imagined, these basic ideas, humility, listening, self-control, and justice, are what we need more than ever. They really do offer a guide through all the noise of modern life. In the end, His maxims are kind of like a bridge. They connect us to one of humanity's very first attempts to figure out what it means to live a good life. And at the same time, they offer us a blueprint for a more compassionate, more just, and more balanced future. So I'll leave you with this final thought. As you go about the rest of your day, with all of its challenges and all of its opportunities, just ask yourself, what piece of this ancient wisdom will you use today?